Because Europe stands for freedom, Europe stands for opportunities and possibilities. But it also stands for dignity, decency, and respect. Europe learned the hard way, not once, but twice. Only fools and Douglas Murray would give up these lessons learned. Fools and Douglas Murray.
You done messed up, Aaron!
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Ederu, and today I'm back with a new video and check out with you guys. This is called Fools Like Douglas Murray. Ooh. Woke activist insults Douglas Murray, gets destroyed instantly. I'm not surprised actually. You know how it goes, guys. We talk less and we react more. Let's check this out.
Fools and Douglas Murray.
Flavia called you a populist. Would you agree?
It just shows how very unaware she is of almost anything.
You are about to witness the complete takedown of a woke leftist you have ever seen on the internet. The activist decided to choose the wrong person to debate and insult. Douglas Murray did not hold back. Watch.
Vinho Verde in Lisbon. I want to go there by night train, wearing a leopard-patterned pyjama in a compartment full of strangers. I want to have oranges for breakfast and know exactly where they come from. And there's only one place in the world where you have the freedom and the possibility to do this. And that's Europe. Because Europe stands for freedom, Europe stands for opportunities and possibilities. But it also stands for dignity, decency, and respect. Europe learned the hard way, not once, but twice. Only fools and Douglas Murray would give up these lessons learned. Fools and Douglas Murray.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Every populist movement has at its center the goal of destroying these institutions. Even though they are often democratically elected, which shows the liberal nature of the democratic system, once in power, they have only one goal: to deconstruct liberal institutions. Right-wing populists like Douglas Murray attack these institutions because they want arbitrariness, they want chaos, they want the rule of law not to be the strongest, but to be the fittest who survives. Because they are part of that small elite, the privileged few. As soon as they get the power, they expose their fundamental illiberal views. They function like a Trojan horse or an evil uncle who arrives with a bouquet of flowers and leaves with the only ways you've had. The right-wing populist arguments are outdated and, frankly speaking, very boring. They do nothing for actually solving problems, such as challenges of climate change. They're not only distracting us, they're wasting our time, and they don't even show up in person.
Different conclusions on the current state of affairs in Europe. Is there anything, for starters, in Flavia's speech that you would agree with?
There wasn't very much in it. What I mainly got was an I want list, followed by a set of claims and rather presumptuous insults. It was hard to find any meat there at all on the bone. That might be because it's rather hard to find any work that Flavia has done other than a tiny campaign in a tiny country. By contrast, of course, it's obviously very much the case that she's read and absorbed everything I've written, which is why she's so happy to be so insulting when she meets me almost in person. So no, there wasn't very much to pick up on other than the rather ill-spoken, ill-lettered and rude attempts to attack me. And I'm sorry about that because I think that it demonstrates her own personal failing as much as it does a failing of the cause that she would like to lead before she got tired and decided to get out. And that is to say this, it's a shame that people like her refuse to engage on any of the important terrain. So much of my time in recent years has been spent engaging with serious actors with serious reputations, not people like Flavia, people who have spent their life working on these issues and have made very successful political careers, for instance, from doing so. I've always noticed, wish to engage on the serious terrain. When I speak with leading politicians across Europe, who I happen to disagree with, I find that the most important and impressive ones do not get up and read bucket lists of what they'd like to do and then insult people. I find that they try to, for instance, understand what other people are thinking, and particularly try to understand what the public might be thinking. For instance, they might try to work out whether the public is sometimes trying to tell them something, and whether the public who they disagree with might not in fact be onto something on occasion. After all, it's very easy to draw rather comfortable lines around yourself and your own ideology, such as it is, and declare that everyone on the other side of it is, for instance, an evil populist or what is it, a fool? That's right, a fool. What an amazing way to speak about somebody else to their virtual face. And what an extraordinary way to speak about majority population votes in our continent. I see very little likelihood of anyone like Flavia, for as long as she remains in the public eye, being able to achieve anything much, because she keeps dismissing the public, and the public tend not to like that.
Flavia, your opportunity to respond to that. Let's take up on this last phrase, the public.
Right, I can only
Are
say...
you reaching them?
I'd say so. I won 7 times against right-wing populists with big majorities.
Douglas Murray just completely wiped the floor with the woke virtue signaling woman. Murray challenges us to consider the lineage of liberalism itself, a distinctly European innovation that shaped the continent's identity and its contributions to the world. The liberalism Flavia champions, Murray suggests, is more than a set of institutions or laws. It's a philosophical stance rooted in the belief in individual rights, freedoms, and the dignity of human beings. But Murray goes further, arguing that to truly appreciate the value and role of these institutions, we must acknowledge their depth and complexity. It's a call to move beyond the surface-level engagement with terms like freedom and rights, and to engage with the rich tapestry of thought that supports these concepts. The conversation then shifts to the practical implications of this understanding. How do we navigate the challenges of modern Europe while remaining true to these foundational principles? Murray's critique of Flavia's approach is not that she values liberal institutions, but that her understanding of them seems disconnected from their historical and philosophical context. In doing so, she and by extension, others who share her viewpoint risk trivializing the very values they seek to uphold.
When I saw the caption, just the last part of the caption gets destroyed instantly. I didn't know it was going to be this hot. I mean, he didn't use direct insults, but bro, that what he said has got to get her thinking. For real. Oh. Okay. Let me get this straight. The question was how to combat the issues in modern Europe without forgetting the foundations. And they asked the young lady the question. She read out her essay, insulted people who didn't agree with her standards. And what was that she said? It's in the title. Fools and Douglas Murray. And she also said, these people don't have the mind to appear in person. All because she was seeing him on the virtual reality TV screen. I mean, she was full-blown insultive. And when they asked Douglas to reply, while dismissing her approach, he said some things that I believe she should pick up. And the last one that really got to me was the fact when he said, you're doing this not because you understand the liberal society, but because you just want to push your own ideas forward. You don't fully grasp the concept of the liberal society. And he quoted her there. He said, people who don't agree with you, what was that word? He said, fools. said, fools who don't agree with you are brushed aside. And then he told her that meeting with other politicians that he doesn't quite agree with, he has noticed that these men have had extensive research. They have delved into the cause they're fighting. They carry the public along. While she is dismissing the public and putting forth what only she wants. And according to him, that's why she will never go far. She won't make it on the big screen if she continues this flimsy attempt to get people to her side. I mean, Douglas does have a point. Because someone has contrasting views with you doesn't mean they are stupid or fools. I mean, everyone sees life differently, right? When I'm seeing from this angle, I'm seeing from the other angle. Doesn't mean that we're both right or we're both wrong. We're just seeing things differently. And that's why these arguments occur, to come to a concise point to agree on. Now, she doesn't want to be reasoned with. And that was why when the moderator asked Douglas that what could he pick up from her speech, he said there was not much there other than the insultive approach and the view of what she wants for Europe. And frankly, in her whole speech, she didn't really highlight any solutions to the problems that Europe might be facing. No, she was just constantly calling out the other party, saying what they might have done wrong in her eyes, and insulting them, which is one of the worst approaches to a debate or an argument whatsoever. It never ends in peace. As a matter of fact, it always incites violence. But I love the way Douglas handled this. Giving her back the same hot tea she served him, he was quite lenient enough to drop a few hints for her. You know, one, he told her clearly she doesn't know what she's talking about. She should make more research, then change her approach on how to present that research, and she should learn to carry the public along. I believe if she looks past all their differences, she'll be able to pick up one or two from him. Guys, tell us what you think about this video in the comment section. And leave a thumbs up at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe.